G'day guys, another forest ponds episode today. I'm pretty sure this is number 6. We're out at Mount Crawford today, out near Mount Pleasant. Got 4, potentially 3. One of them might be private property, it's hard to tell from the map. But yeah, 3 or 4 little ponds to check out here today. I've never actually been in this forest before. It's a pretty standard pine forest, although it has been logged in recent history, I guess. All of these trees are like nothing's as tall as it is down at Kaipo. So, as I just mentioned, this technically is Mount Crawford. And we're just going to head down the hill here and see what these ponds look like. One of them looks a decent size on the satellite map. That's the one that might be on private property. One of them is tiny. And then the other 2 just look like the other stuff we've visited so far. I expect them all to be kind of like tannin stained ponds. I don't think we're going to be finding any of that blue water or anything like that down here. Yeah, as usual for the pine forests this time of year, there's heaps of fungi about. Of all sorts. I'm not very good with fungi, so I'm not going to be offering up names or anything, but I'll certainly show you any interesting looking ones that I come across. Kangaroo down there, big one too, into the forest. Just keeping you with me because I'm pretty sure these ponds are fairly close by. Gee, there's an emu down there too. Oh, he's seen me now. Off he goes. Another emu down there actually. Is that an emu or is it a kangaroo? Maybe it's a kangaroo. Hard to tell from here. I think it's a kangaroo, that one. Yeah, so we got left and right for these ponds. I think I'm going to go right first. I think just here is the first one, and it's the small one that I don't really think is going to have water in it. Tiny little thing, more of a swamp than anything. I'll have a quick look anyway. Hear lots of frogs down there. I'm not sure if the mic on my phone's going to be picking them up. So yeah, obviously not going to be any fish in this one. This is just a little bog essentially. Probably doesn't even have water in it most of the year. I'm going to go for a wander and find this other pond that's down this way. I am just fishing spin gear today. I have the BFS with me, but it's in the car. Currently got a bait rig on, but if we find something worth fishing, I'll probably throw a little plastic around. Alright, I'll come back to you in a little bit at the first promising looking pond. Got a fox up ahead there, I don't think he's seen me yet. Big one. Definitely hasn't seen me because he's coming straight towards me at the moment. Oh, there we go. Now he's seen me. at that, he's sitting like a good boy. Well, I'm going to keep walking this direction, so probably going to scare him off. It's quite a big fox. I don't think I've seen a fox that big before. Oh, there he goes. See you later, mate. Alright, we should have a little clearing on our left here, which is where the pond is. You can see the clearing through the trees. Just want to find a way in there. I think I can get in up here. Trail down there. Oh yeah, this pond actually looks alright. Oops, gotta remember I've got a tripod in my backpack. Alright, actually some ducks on this pond. Whoops, actually diving ducks. Don't see those too often. Alright, doesn't look very deep. Definitely looks like we've got some aquatic type vegetation going on. Definitely. Oops. What have we got going on here? I'm actually not sure what this aquatic vegetation is. I think it might be called parrot's feather, which is an invasive. Either it's a type of milfoil or myriophyllum. I think this one is parrot's feather though. Quite a lot of it. It looks like the dam is very shallow up this end. Those diving ducks are a bit skittish. So I think the water is quite muddy. It's kind of like tannin water that has mud in it, so it's a real chocolate milk sort of colour. Look, I suspect this is not going to have any fish in it, but I'll give it a quick cast anyway. Alrighty, so hopefully I'm in frame here, but just going to be using a little $2 rooster spinner. They cost nothing, basically. And yeah, I can cover a lot of ground with it. As I say, I don't really think there's going to be fish in this pond, but we'll have a cast anyway and see what happens. Alrighty, so lost my first spinner for the trip, so I'm going to stop casting here. Really don't think there's any fish in here. I haven't seen any bait fish. Obviously haven't seen any redfin yet. It seems like aquatic plant wise, we've got the parrot's feather. I pulled in a little bit of Potamogeton ochreatus, the blunt pondweed, and it looks like we got some Glossostigma alatinoides, I think is the scientific name. It's a carpeting plant anyway. Wildlife wise, I've seen a dead yabby, and we've got these little diving ducks, which are super skittish, and he's just disappeared the second I try and zoom in on him. I keep seeing some ripple activity out around these pine trees in the middle here. I think it is, yeah, one of those little diving ducks. It's just popped up. There might be grebes, actually. It's hard to tell. Yeah. So, no fish around. Obviously, there's plenty of, like, fungi and stuff. All of these little guys here, where I've just been fishing. I can see a jumbo mushroom over there, which we're going to wander over and have a look at. But yeah, in terms of aquatic life, there's a lot of the pondweed. I might actually collect some of this, take it home and see if I can grow it out in the aquarium. No, there's heaps of it here. Yeah, we're gonna wander over and have a look at that big old mushroom, and then we'll move on to the next pond. Got a, I'm not sure if these are an agaric or an amanita, poisonous fellow. Another mushroom there. See, a lot of people come out foraging in these pine forests. I do not know anywhere near enough about mushrooms to know what's edible and what's not. So I'll stick to the supermarket for my mushrooms. This one looks like another one of these toxic ones. Amanita or agaric or something like that. The red ones with the spots on top. Quite a big one. Alrighty, so I think we've seen pretty much enough here, and I will move on to the next pond. Alright, so I could walk back out to the main trail to go to this next pond, but I am just going to follow this creek line down. It seems to, well, looking at the map anyway, it seems to be fairly open, and it joins up with the next pond. Hopefully it's not a complete stitch up and it's just heavily wooded down here. I'm sure we'll be able to work it out. Alright, I'm going to come back in when I get down there. Get a load of these guys. I'm not sure if these are just like, I don't know if they're supposed to be that color or if they're like heavily degraded or something, but some big units. We're almost down to the next pond. 2 creeks have met and we're working our way down towards it now. Boots are absolutely soaked. Probably should have worn gum boots, but alrighty. Looks very similar to the last pond. Actually, it looks smaller. It looks bigger on the map, but I reckon it's a much smaller size. You can see a couple of Pacific black ducks out there. We have just vacated the area. Again, this looks like a tannin dam that is got high turbidity. So it's going to be that chocolate milk colour. I don't think I'm even going to bother throwing a cast in this one. It doesn't look anywhere near deep enough. So we've got the loss of stigma again by the looks of things. We got parrot's feather. Yep. Yep, so the aquatic plant down there is parrot's feather again, or at least the myriophyllum. Real muddy dam, this one, and not very deep. It's probably got a decent surface area when the water's up. Like obviously it's maybe metre and a half down from its high water level at the moment. But yeah, not seeing any bait fish in this one. It looks real shallow. Very much doubt there's any fish in there. Oh, that's 3 dams down. I think we just go out to this trail and then go back up into the forest, then we'll go have a look at the other one. Hope that it's not on private property. Bit of a shame, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'll get to hiking back up to the other one, but the one that I haven't been to yet is the biggest one of this lot and looks the most promising on maps. So we'll see. Alrighty, so just having a quick look at the map to see what I've got left. I am going to do all of these ponds in the one episode. Obviously, if you've been watching to this point, a little bit different to how I've been doing the Kitepo ponds, but these have all been pretty disappointing and small so far, so easy to roll them into one. Got this one big dam left in this area, and then I'll head over towards Mount Pleasant Summit, and there's another one over there to look at. It looks like it's going to be small and pretty similar to these last two we've just seen. Yeah. Here we go, back up this trail, back to the big fire break where we started, where we saw the fox. And I'll turn right there. It's really tempting to just straight line through the forest here, but it's pretty thick. It's probably more trouble than it's worth, honestly. Alright. I'm going to bring you back in when we're up at the fire break or perhaps at the next dam. I think we're going to be good getting into this pond. It's down here on the right. Haven't crossed any fences or anything or seen any property lines. There is a house just up that forest break there, where those kangaroos are, just to the left. But I'm fairly confident this isn't their property. This dam is looking... Oh, I can see water now. Can I? Maybe it's empty. I think it might actually be empty. I can see the dam walls. It's definitely the biggest dam we've looked at. You can see the properties up there. It doesn't look like it has a back fence on it, but equally I haven't crossed any fence out of the forest, and we're all surrounded by forest here, so I think I'm alright. Not doing any harm in any case. Alright, This looks, again, it looks like tanned water that is muddy. Probably got the same assemblage of aquatic plants. It does look quite shallow. I'm going to give this a couple of casts. I'm not going to bother setting the camera up for it because I don't think it's going to be fish here. But I'll give it a couple of flicks and see, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, as expected, that one was a bust. It's a nice sized dam. I feel like it definitely could hold fish. But yeah, casting the spin around, even ripping it back, I couldn't keep it above the weed level. And it wasn't very nice weed. It looked like Potomac-eaten Ochreatus, but kind of like dying back, brown and slimy. Yeah, so I think we're going to call it for this part of the forest. I'm going to head over towards Mount Pleasant Summit and have a look at the dam there. Looks like this is going to be another fishless episode of Forest Ponds, but hey, you get that. Feel like this part of the forest, like Mount Crawford Forest, isn't quite as nice as Clyde Forest. It's not as many mushrooms. I suppose it's a newer growth forest than the section of Clyde I have visited. But yeah, anyway, head back to the car and then I'll get driving to the next spot. It's probably 15 minutes away, I would say. Alrighty, look, we're back at the car and I've been having a suss at the map and just got distracted for a moment there. Having a look at this other pond out at Mount Pleasant, out at the summit, and I don't think it's going to be worth the effort. It's a much bigger walk than any of these, and it only looks like it's maybe 10-15 metres across when it's full. So very unlikely to hold fish. It's like maybe a third of the size of these ponds we were just looking at in here, maybe similar size to the first one. So not a whole lot of point of including it in this video. Maybe I'll go do a loop of Mount Pleasant Summit just as a hiking video at some point. But yeah, I won't include that in this Forest Pond episode. So thank you for watching this one. Again, no fish in this one, but that's the way it goes. We'll try and get some fish in an episode at some point. I think 2 out of the 7 episodes or whatever so far have had fish in them, so it is what it is. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.